something so lucrative, why you just leave it? Because that's just to learn, to learn stuff about life, and all that stuff, and about those real big tests. For everybody else, big tests might be women and stuff, but for some people, it ain't no test. Because you've seen all of what it is, and after you get moving, it's not as important. Now, for Bill Clinton, for Biden, for all the president up there, the most important thing is girls. With Donald Trump, the most important thing, is girls. That's what it is. Okay? There ain't nobody I've never even seen a Negro fully healthy and juiced up to do 15 years clean with no sedative. That's why? Because the job is more important. And it would interrupt the flow, you know what I mean? And you like the flow more than you do, since you didn't run through all of that. It's important, yeah, but it ain't more important than the flow. And even when you maybe even want to get married, a couple of times, one lady, I said, hey, would you like to get married? She said, no. I said, that's fine. Now, I wasn't running around, I'm rejected. I was supposed to ask that woman, because right there at Berkeley, remember I was telling you about the Arabic class I had? This must have been in the 80s. And I told you, everybody in the classes, all of them was police or getting ready to be polices. As soon as I asked, now this woman was a Muslim. This woman was from Morocco, but she was half white and half, that's why they always using yellow and white women to try to, they think that I actually, but all kind of stuff come out. And then I saw Hashim Alauddin and all of them, they was in Berkeley. They knew, everybody knew that I said, so all the police knew that I had asked her, and she was acting slick, like, yeah, see, I got so-and-so, the big Imam asking me. And I was looking at her and said, no, I just asked you to get married. If you say no, fine. And I was looking at them like, you stupid if you think that that's okay, let them go. The next time they try to use the trappers in South Africa, believe it or not, it was a healthy Indian, half-white woman. Yeah. And I could tell because 98, it was 98 because Sakina learned how to walk when she was in South Africa in 1 year. So they had us staying with this woman's family when nobody else did. So I'd get up in the morning early, like I always do a little walk and run through the neighborhood. You like that woman? I said, I don't like that woman. I don't like that woman. And pretty soon when we come back, now the crew over there then set that woman up. Because they figured if he's there 24 hours a day, he gone, So pretty soon, I'm over here and I'm getting calls every day. Yeah. Because they don't know. How's things there in Auckland? I said, Auckland is in New Zealand. They had all them fires in 91 in Oakland. So, in Oakland, What do you think about dual marriages or plural marriages? I don't know. Did you ask so and so? So that's how I found out that that's when I realized that it was all a setup from the very beginning. And so I give a lecture to school, and because we riding around together, just me and her. And then after the next time I come, they'd have somebody hitchhiking on the road or something, and put them in the car, like if I'm next to this woman. And I mentioned marriage, I didn't mention it. After I mentioned it, that's it, fine. You learn that in the dunya. Because in the dunya, you can't be no weak behind, we just call it weak behind no. Anyway, that's the way it was. It was not like a pimp mentality, but some of that distance, it give you a little spine in your back, so you're not never, all that stuff, they can think what they want. But to you, it don't make no difference at all. It really don't make no difference at all. I'm telling you, when Allah getting you in a fight, He hooks you up. And with a fight, it ain't even hard. It's hard. It looks hard, but it ain't hard. If everybody else was, it ain't hard. That's all I can say. Fitna is natural and historical. So everyone is free to make a choice of good deeds or bad deeds for himself in this world. That's why I read the ayats about that Allah created the human being in the best of molds, the best shape, the best form. Right? Then, what it says, we did abase him, we indeed created him in the best of molds. Then do we abase him to be the lowest of the low, except such as believe and do righteous deeds, for they shall have a reward unfailing. That's why the human being is above an angel. But an angel don't do nothing wrong. Well, how could a human being be better than that? Because he has to fight all of his life to do right. So that takes him above the angel, because the angel get that way. And that's what they wanted the people. They wanted to take that away. Some of the people wanted it, the human being, that allowed to take that away from the human being and make them do right. What's the reward in that? Right? If Allah made them to do it, then He would be just like an angel. They wouldn't be this right here. Because He can go from the highest of the high or the lowest of the low. And all levels in between. Because except such as believe and do righteous deeds, they will have a reward unfailing. That's free will. That's one of the things that we're talking about today. Is free will. What are the signs you see everywhere? And how do you respond to them? Okay? Just here, right here. There's so many signs on a daily, weekly, yearly, historical basis that it would convince anybody of what the reality is. Right? If they just look at it and say, yep, that's that. Suppose they don't. You're prepared for it. You say, well, pay attention or not, it's up to you. It ain't on me, right? But you still have to do your job. There's a lot to this. I'm not going to read all of it. Obviously, in this sentence, the speaker is the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and his addresses are his followers who desire that a sign should be shown for the conversion of the disbelievers. They have been told that no sign will be shown, for Allah had made all realities plain in the Qur'an. As regards to their conflict with falsehood, He has decreed that the followers of the truth will have to exert for its domination. In the natural way, without expecting any supernatural intervention, although there is supernatural intervention all throughout the Quran. It wasn't you that slew them, it was I that slew them. I'll send you 1,000 angels, 3,000 angels, 5,000 angels. It wasn't you that threw the dust in their face, it was me, although the prophet threw the dust in their face. But a good commentator said that the Prophet ﷺ threw it, but Allah aimed it. It made it real. So you do find all throughout the Quran extraordinary or supernatural help. But in this case, they want just stuff to be dropped on it. We don't want to be bothered with these people all the time. We love them and we just want Allah to just bring them along. Supernatural intervention.
We don't want them to suffer.
We don't want them to suffer, and we don't want to suffer. You know what I mean? They suffer. They rolling on the believers too. It's a two-way street.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Believers.
Right. The Holy Prophet ﷺ has therefore been asked to declare, should I seek then some authority higher than Allah to revise His decree and to send down such a miracle as should force them to believe? So this is when the prophet he says, so I should seek a higher authority than Allah. Because Allah had already said He ain't going to do it, so I should go over His head. And that is, these principles that have been laid down for the domination of the truth are not new ones which have been invented today to explain away difficulties and obstacles in the way. All those people who possess the knowledge of the book are acquainted with the mission of the prophets, peace be upon them, will bear testimony that this has always been the case with the former prophets who had also to struggle for the truth in the face of opposition in the natural way. The right thing for a seeker after truth is not to consider what way the majority of the people are following, because that is based on guesswork instead of knowledge. Their beliefs, theories, philosophies, principles of life and laws are the result of guesswork and are therefore sure to mislead. In contrast to this, the way of life with which Allah is pleased can only be that way which is taught by Allah Himself. Therefore, the seekers after truth should not or should adopt that way and steadfastly follow it, even though it might be, or he might be, or they might be left alone on the way of Allah. That's another thing. People don't want to be by themselves. They want to be with the crowd. If you follow the crowd, you'll usually go the wrong way. Because the crowd, or the mob, whatever you want to call them, a lot of times they're frivolous. You could throw happy dust in the air, they'll go that way. You can throw voodoo dust in this way, they go that way. So if you have the hidayah, the divine guidance, describes all of these things in it. The Quran, really, the more you read it, it's just, this is a good time reading the Quran. It just really, this is clear. You know, it's clear. It solves all the problems of human nature are there. Psychology, sociology, and what have you is all there. The dead by which we walk, to give them right. It says, that is, how can you expect a man who has got real understanding of life and recognizes clearly by the light of knowledge the straight way from among the countless crooked ways, would live a life like those who lack understanding and blunder blindly into the darkness of ignorance and follies? Then it goes on to say, he makes his breast wide open to Islam. Allah makes him fully convinced of the truth of Islam by removing from his mind and heart every kind of doubt, suspicion, hesitation, and indecision about Islam. That's the one you read of. فَمَنْ يُرِيدِ اللَّهُ أَنْ يَهْدِيَهُ يَشْرَحْ صَدْرَهُ لِلْإِسْلَامِ. When Allah loves someone, He opens, this is the last one, He opens their breast to Islam. Okay. Harajun, the Arabic, translated as hesitation. Hesitation means a thick bush through which it is hard to pass. Figuratively, the text will mean there should be no indecision, doubt, or unwillingness in your mind to face, in the face of opposition, obstacles about proceeding further on the way of your mission. In other words, there should be no hesitation. In your constant struggle to move on in the way of Allah. There's nothing. It means that the main object of this surah is to warn people of the consequences of rejection of the message of the Prophet ﷺ and to rouse the neglectful. Incidentally, it also reminds the believers of the implications of the message while administering warnings to the disbelievers. That's the whole thing. Our job is to warn, not to force. Let's see what we got here. The Quran's guidance, because its teachings are so clear that they show the right way to anyone who ponders over them. Moreover, the practical effects of that guidance can be seen in the lives of those who believe in it and follow its teachings. And it is really a great blessing because it brings a blessed change in the mental attitude and the moral outlook and the character of one who accepts it. The truth of this was being proved by the wonderful changes that were taking place in the lives of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. Clear. There's just one I wanted to read here. I guess this is about Shui. Or is it? Where are we at? Well, we'll have to catch that one at another time. But about the companions, I want to read something that they actually, concerning wine and gambling, say in them is a great sin and some profit of men, but the sin is greater than the profit. Remember the ayah, don't go to prayer with your mind before where you go. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit about prohibition of wine and related injunctions. When Islam came, drinking was common practice as part of the general state of Jahiliyyah customs. When the Holy Prophet ﷺ immigrated to Medina, people of that city were also accustomed to wine and gambling. Common people were infatuated with these in view of their obvious benefits. They had no idea of the evils inherent in these practices. However, it is the usual practice of Allah that there are in every nation and in every country sensible people who use reason to control their temperaments. You know, out of the Sahaba, Abu Bakr was one of the only ones that never drank, because he could see. He was just generally a good person. He could see. He was a good businessman. And now Umar and them, they drank and all of that. Sensible people read the dictates regard station of the Holy Prophet was high. Okay. It is due to this concern that Sayyidina Umar Farouk and Muad ibn Jabal, along with some Ansari companions, presented themselves before the Holy Prophet ﷺ and told him how wine and gambling not only spoil man's reason, but also cause financial loss, and sought his advice in this connection. It was an answer to this question that the present verse is revealed. Now, remember, when you read the lives of some of the Sahaba, Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar, and all of them, they're all mentioned in the Qur'an, but they're not mentioned by name. When there's a people that turn out the lights and feed the people and their children go to bed,